Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, today we have a very, very, very special guest. If you follow Dodgers Daily at all this year, you know I'm pretty high on Sam Carlson, that sinker cutter that he brought to the Dodgers. So Sam, thank you so much for joining.
Excited to be here.
All right, man. We're going to attack it right off the bat, all the way back to, I don't really want to date you because it makes you sound kind of old, but I think like 2017,
I've been
something like
around.
that. Yeah, okay. All the way back to high school to Burnsville, okay?
Yeah.
Mr. Baseball in Minnesota. I mean, Michael Busch graduated that year, right?
He was a year before me.
Okay.
But yeah, I used to hit in high school too, and I swung it a little bit, so brought that home back in the day.
Okay, so that brings me on to the next question. Gus Bartlam was a hander. I've talked to Gus several different times.
Yeah.
Actually got to talk to Gus and Louis at Tulsa when Wichita was in town one day. So awesome young men. They grew up in Maplewood, Minnesota, which is 30 minutes from where you grew up.
Yep.
So first question is, did you know about them? I think Louis was 1 year older than you, Gus 2 years older. Michael Busch, similar age. What did you know about all those guys?
Yeah, Gus and Louis I knew of. I don't know him personally, but Michael, I've played with Michael before.
Oh, really?
I watched, yeah, not a ton, but we played for the same travel ball team.
Okay.
And there's a couple age groups that like blend together. So we played on the same team, same dugout a couple of times. Yeah, he's been raking since we were little kids, so it's cool to see everything he's done.
So he attributes his hitting ability to wiffle ball games? Were you a part of those?
No, but I grew up playing a whole lot of wiffle ball. I got a younger brother who's with the Red Sox, so we played a lot of wiffle ball growing up.
Talking about Max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Max, I think, is what, in high A ball now? I think he just got moved up?
Yeah, he's with Greenville.
Yeah, so awesome. So Max went to North Carolina just like Michael did, and I'm sure Max being younger, whenever you were playing with Michael, Michael meant a lot to him. Did that have any influence on Max going to North Carolina?
I know that was like kind of his dream school, and seeing Michael go there, I mean, it's a good pipeline through Minnesota. It's Minnesota's not a huge baseball state. It's probably known for its hockey players more. So when a good player comes out of there, it's, you know, put in a couple good words with the coach, definitely goes a long way. I
got to know about your offensive game. Like, were you a guy that hit long balls, or were you a bat-to-ball guy, or what kind of offensive profile were you have?
My senior year, I kind of got a little bit of juice, but I was an okay hitter. I mean, I hit at like area code and stuff. I was going to hit in college.
Oh, nice.
A couple teams really liked me as a hitter, like pro scouts, but obviously got drafted as a pitcher, and that's in the past now.
Yeah. So that brings us into, you mentioned we're going to hit in college, but you got drafted right out of high school. Second round. So that's really cool, being in the second round. So did you kind of feel being drafted that high, like you had almost something to uphold, being like an honor to uphold being drafted that early?
I'd say initially, when I was like first getting into pro ball, you don't have a true sense of self. You're kind of looking around, seeing all these older guys, seeing people from all over. Everyone's really talented. So initially, yes, like you're looking around and you're like, hey, I'm supposed to be this guy. Just as it goes on, it's just not like that. I mean, you obviously hold your own standards for yourself, but there's no, I want to be the second rounder. I'm a right-handed reliever. Like, I throw a sinker, cutter, and a slider. Like, I pitch, I get guys out. If you want me to start, I'll start. You want me to, like, it's just, there's no ego to it, you know? It's just ball, man.
So almost immediately after coming into pro ball, you had Tommy John, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that had to be frustrating, knowing you had all this momentum of a high draft pick. You're ready to show the world what Sam Carlson has, and then you got to shut it down. Then you had like 2 or 3 other setbacks besides that. So take us through that time right before COVID with the Tommy John, and then all the way through that.
Yeah, so I got drafted, and then the AZL that summer I sprained my flexor and UCL, rehabbed it, went home for the off season. Came back for 2018 spring training, actually had a partial tear in my UCL, had a PRP injection, rehabbed that.
How'd that work?
Could never get over the hump.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't throwing hard, wasn't commanding it, just wasn't myself. Still a little bit of discomfort. Had TJ in 2018, July, so I missed the rest of 18, missed all of 19. Came back for 2020, and there wasn't a whole bunch of setbacks. Like, I think that gets a little misconstrued with the media and stuff. I missed 18, came back for 19. Thought maybe I was going to come back for a couple weeks at the end of the year. Never got put into game situations. Came back for 2020, COVID, and the season got canceled. So there's 3 years right there that I essentially missed because of Tommy John. And what really hurt me was the year of rehabbing the sprain before the surgery.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard to know, especially I was 18, 19 years old. I know my body a lot better now than I did back then. You don't really know what's real, what's not, what's normal, what's not. So yeah, and then 2021 was my first healthy season, and just been playing since. So
yeah, I think actually 2020 did count towards your service time in minor leagues, though, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah, so you were eligible for free agency probably after about the 2022 season, maybe?
2023 was my last year with Seattle.
Yeah, and then you chose free agency then, and you chose free agency after this last year.
Correct.
And so kind of take us through your two decisions to choose free agency, and why the Dodgers?
Yeah, so it's like the part that fans probably don't get to know as much being a minor league free agent is like the team has say in it, and then the player also has say in it. And it's just like free agency in the big leagues. It's just on a very, very small scale.
Yes.
So the team can offer you a contract. You can decline it. You can hit the open market. That doesn't mean you're going to get a contract in the open market. You might have to throw it a pro day or go play overseas or something like that. So, I hit the open market in 23. That was mainly my choice. And then I got to play a year in Biloxi last year with the Brewers. Loved it over there. And then I chose the Dodgers this year, and I've been in Oklahoma City for 2 months now almost.
Yeah.
And I've loved it. It's good, man. It's a cool little city. Dodgers are a great organization. Got nothing bad to say about anywhere I've been.
Sure.
It's just the business kicks in, and you got to go where you're wanted. So,
Did you ever go to a casino in Biloxi?
I'd say probably the Red Rock.
Oh, nice.
But the Beau Rivage is right behind the field. It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, that is.
It's a good place.
Yeah, so you chose the Dodgers. Any particular reason why?
I mean, there's tons of different reasons. I mean, honestly, like they really believe in me, and I can feel it.
Yeah. From day one.
And I believe in myself too. And half the time, you just need two people that are aligned on the same page. So it felt comfortable from the start. They're very open-minded. Obviously, they have a really good reputation across professional baseball. I've seen a lot of good things come out of here, and yeah, it's been good so far. I love it.
So the sinker cutter slider, I mean, that probably hasn't changed a whole lot. But have there been any adjustments you made since becoming the Dodgers?
Yeah. So the cutter's been the big adjustment. 23, I was sinker, slider, changeup, and then last year I scratched a changeup, started throwing a cutter.
Okay.
And it wasn't a very good cutter, and I didn't know how to use it. And when I came to the Dodgers, in the first 2 weeks, they had me throwing a new sinker, grip-wise, a new slider, and a new cutter. And the cutter was the one that just kind of came naturally. And their analytics and everything behind the scenes, they do a really good job of explaining what you're good at, what makes you unique, and basically as a pitcher, you got to find what's weird about you, and you got to ride it as long as you can. And the cutter, I throw it from a unique slot, and hitters just don't see it very often. So it's been a good pitch for me this year. It's definitely like changed the way I throw, changed the way I attack guys. Other things are still coming along, but yeah, it's been a fun little start to the year. It's been a fun tool to use and explore.
I mean, to the common eye like me, it looks like the exact opposite pitch of the sinker. It looks like it has the same movement, just the exact opposite way. Would that be somewhat accurate?
Somewhat accurate, yeah. I mean, especially if I'm getting a little bit of lift on the sinker that day, they can be literally the same pitch on different. One on the positive, one on the negative side of the y-axis, it'd be the x-axis. But yeah, that's all fun stuff, man. It's fun to play around with it, and there's been days where it's been good, and there's been days when it's bad, and just finding out like how to be as consistent as I can, day in day out. Especially first year in AAA, like we travel a little bit, and you play in some different environments, and just like trying to get the job done no matter what, no matter where you are, no matter how cold it is, no matter how hot it is, whatever. So,
is this the best you've ever pitched as a professional?
I went on a run in 23 where I felt really good.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season, and you kind of just go through phases. You have a good month, you have a bad month, and I had a month and a half, 2 months over with Seattle where they call it the flow state, where you're just kind of doing it. You're not really thinking too much, and there's been a lot of thinking here. I've been thinking a lot, and there's been a lot of times where I haven't felt great. But what's important to me is that when I don't feel great, I can still go and get the job done. And like, to be honest, like this year, the velo's been down a little bit until the last couple outings. Last year, I think I averaged 95 on the fastball, and I wasn't touching 95 for the first month and a half of the season. Right. So there's some things that have gone really well, and there's some things that I'd wish had gone a little bit better, and I'm working on getting a little bit better. But overall, yeah, I'm not disappointed about how the season started.
It's been a long road, man. You have the minor league journey, the injuries, the business side of it, the long amount of years, the grind, all that.
Yeah.
So how do you keep your mind from wandering, man? Man, give me that call, all right? How do you keep your mind from wandering there?
Yeah, so that's one thing the minor leagues will teach you, especially if you're there for a long time, is you just got to be present and be where your feet are. I've never been I've started every single season and I've ended it on the same team. I haven't ever been promoted during the season. I haven't ever been demoted. It's just been like very consistent, very stable for me. And the first 2-3 years of doing that, you're like, oh, I've been throwing the ball pretty well this month. Like, I wonder if I'll get a shot. And that's usually when things start getting a little rocky. So just being able to be level-headed and just be focused on what the job is. And I mean, this is definitely the most fun clubhouse I've been a part of. Our coaching staff's great. The players are great. It's like coming to the park every day is like a super exciting feeling. And the season can get really monotonous. So coming to a clubhouse that's enjoyable to be in, that takes you away from looking outside, if that makes sense. Yeah. It just, trying to win the game tonight and do whatever we can to get that job done. So,
Sam Carlson, I've been wanting to catch up with you for a while. I've had a ton of requests. I was like, I don't know how to get a hold of them. I'll see if I can catch them there one day at the Brick. So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Appreciate it.